Hey, we're live. Holy cow, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gents of all ages, thank you and welcome to the AO Hackathon Demo Day. We have got 12 finalists here that are going to talk to the 5 judges live on camera right now, explaining the incredible projects that they have been building for the last 3 weeks, all for a total prize pool of $43,600. We actually already announced the first of the hackathon winners just moments ago. That was the Community Choice Award, which was the one track that you, the audience, could pick. That was a poll that ran for 10 hours in the AO Discord. Congratulations to FitFlow, which won that poll. But the other prizes, and there are several, there is a grand prize. There are 4 tracks. There is best documentation, most practical use case. Those are going to be decided by 5 judges that are some of the most pivotal members of this space. We'll get them up here in a minute. But first, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank every submitter for putting in the time, the energy, the incredible enthusiasm from teams competing around the world to build AI agents on AO's completely novel message passing architecture. We also even have bonuses from our sponsors, thanks much to Astro USD, Apis, and Randau. So that's on top of the prize pool that we'll be distributing. This is about creativity. This is about community. And this is about what's pushing the boundaries of what's possible on AO. So for the winners that will be announced later today after the demo day, stay tuned for that on the AOX account. Congratulations. We can't wait to see how you can continue to iterate on your projects. But for everyone, congratulations to you for putting in such tremendous insight and effort into your projects. I can honestly say we were looking through all the submissions yesterday with the judges, just completely amazed and delighted by what the community was able to create. So without further ado, Mr. Producer, everyone give a shout out to our producer behind the scenes, Peter. We appreciate you, big guy. If you could bring up our 5 judges, which is Tate from Community Labs, Ben Lee from Apis, Dylan Shade from Forward Research. We also got Johnny Ringo from Forward Research as well, and Jorge, community lead at Bazaar, where we give them a minute to get on. What's going on, fellas? It is good to see you.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you. We'll get Johnny Ringo up here in a minute too. Then I want to ask you some general questions about what you were seeing, and we can go ahead and get started while Johnny gets up here. What you're seeing from the submissions. First of all, first question for all of you. Anyone can jump in here. Like, what was the most exciting aspect in general about the projects you reviewed and seeing AO agents come to life?
I would say the range of use cases across all of the submissions was nothing less than shocking. In the beginning, there were a few a few ideas that I had for potential agents that people could build, but it's been amazing because across all of the judges and all of the recommendations that people have received, we've still found a ton of new things that people have been creating that no one really accounted for or knew were possible on top of AO. I'm definitely most excited by that.
Mm-hmm. Completely well said. Judges, what would you say is like something that really stood out to you in terms of qualities you are looking for in an autonomous agent? What caught your eye? Was it the technical execution side? Was it the creativity? Was it the usability? All of the above is also a totally valid answer.
LTO, I think you're muted.
I think you're muted, LTO. I'm going to pick someone while LTO is working on the mic. Dylan, what would you say?
What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
What kind of jumped out in your mind about what you were looking for in the agents themselves? Were you particularly intrigued by the creativity? Were you particularly intrigued by the usability? Like, what were some of the most important metrics you were using to benchmark your criteria?
I think agents have been very vaguely defined in general in the world. And I think I was very excited to see. I know we had a couple meetings before the hackathon and during the hackathon, but I was very interested to see how different people kind of ran with this idea of agents. What are you like? All of these AI tools exist. Not a lot of them exist on AO and Arweave yet, but now there are many more. And what did I was very curious what people wanted to build, what AI agents, what tools they thought were going to be most useful, most practical, most effectively created on Arweave. So that's what I was really interested to see.
I totally hear you. I'm gonna pick on someone else too. I'm gonna pick on someone else too. We got Aditya from Glimpse up here. What's going on? Ben, if you could build an agent yourself, you had to build an agent yourself this weekend, what would it do?
Yeah, we'll try some, AI inference by using our A-Person network service, of course. And yeah, I want to see some, because we want to take advantage of some RV and AO features, for example, Permaweb, right? So I want to build maybe 1 day or 2 days for keep involving agents. That means that agent can keep learning. That's a lot of fun for me.
Totally. Well, guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the energy and the dedication you've brought to judging 31 quality submissions from across the world. We've got, as I mentioned on the onset, 12 narrowed down across 4 tracks. We're going to go track by track, one by one. We'll bring up each project at a time. Each project gets about 5 minutes to do whatever they want, however they want to use their time. We were saying backstage, if they want to verbally explain what they were building, they've already submitted essays and accompanying documentation to explain. If they want to screen share, that's fine too. If they want to play a video, totally cool. But we'll get them each one by one. If you're watching out there, the first will be in the track of AI enhanced applications. So we've got 3 per category. This first track is AI enhanced applications. And we're going to get Glimpse up here. And everyone, bear with us. There's a lot of people. So if you're watching out there, there's a ton of people in the lobby. So we're bringing them up. And so Glimpse can come up first. And that would be Aditya. All right, we're working on Aditya coming up here. I'm gonna go while Aditya's coming up, I'm gonna go blow by blow and ask you guys what you're building, because honestly, it's a good chance to find out what some of like the key builders in our space are. Oh, hey, we got Aditya. Okay, I'll come back to that question later. And we got Johnny, poor our Peter, our producer. Thank you so much. We know this is a haul. We got Johnny up here as well. Aditya, it's great to see you. Go ahead and get started. This is your 5 minutes to explain what is Glimpse, and go ahead and talk to the judges.
So let me share my screen as well. So as you can see here is Glimpse. So the key part that I developed in the submission was actually a complete suite of indigenous multimodal machine learning models, which were completely hand trained by me as well. And they can vectorize images, videos, and audio files, as well as text, while maintaining the same vector embeddings. That usually means that each and every file type is already cross-referenceable, and we can use them individually, and we can create cool apps with recommendation systems as well, and we can do some neat techniques for zero shot classification of objects as well. And it's all across all the modalities that I could find on Aviv. So yeah, currently this is the version that is live right now. So we can search any website. So if you want to search R drive, so we'll just search R drive, and here are all the matches of R drive. And one neat feature is that it gives us the RNS subdomain as well, and it also gives us all the other uploaded versions as well, which were uploaded to RV. So it's not just limited to the current live version. It will give you a history of the whole project as well. So we all know that RV is a great landfill of data. So we need a way to browse it and view it. And it's an autonomous agent. It's constantly indexing all the file types, and it has currently indexed 41,190 items. Out of it, 12,000 are web pages, 13,000 of them are images, 7,000 audio files, and 7,000 video files. So this is the current status of Glimpse, and a neat feature that I have added that it can actually detect NSFW as well before showing it to you. So if I try to search anything related to NSFW, so it will automatically hide it. So yeah, you can see that it has hidden most of the stuff, and that's a neat feature. And it can search images for such as we'll search for cat, so we'll get images of cats as well. And if we search for cat videos, so we can find cat videos on Aviv as well. So yeah, so this is a part of my submission. And with this, I was trying to make a recommendation system based social media as well, which will be a great UX to explore files as well. And here is it. So it's going to be called interest, and this is a complete dev demo that I've prepared here. So like it's a complete, it can give you recommendation system based on the same vector DB that was created using Glimpse. And based on whatever you like, it will generate a new recommendation feed for you, and keep the feed always fresh. And in order to upload new images or new content to it, you just have to upload it into Arweave, and it will automatically be there. And there are plans to bring monetary benefits to uploading data on Arweave as well. Like we can distribute some yield to the top like objects as well. And this is the plan that I have currently in my mind. So yeah, this is what I've prepared for the AO Agent Hackathon, and this is the suite of apps that I've created.
Well, thank you very much, Aditya. We got about a minute and a half left. Any questions from the judges?
Question from me. Could you say more on how the autonomous agent is indexing for more data on Arweave over time?
You are not audible to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Drew. I can't hear Tate or.
So Tate's question was about how the autonomous agent is actually pulling the data. Did I get that right, Tate? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's powered by Arweave GraphQL at the moment. So it's a GraphQL query with multiple tags for each and every file type, and it's parallelized using multiple threads and multiple processes for it.
And on that note, can you hear me, Drew, now?
Yep. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, it was my earbuds. I'm not sure why.
I can't hear anyone other than Drew, so
you cannot hear me
might be
either.
an issue.
It's
Okay,
okay.
Drew, so
I'll repeat Jorge's question. So Jorge, you say your question, I'll repeat it.
Okay, perfect. So my question is simply, how many AI agents that you have to spin up to get this all working? And then if I'm a new developer trying to work with AO, how easy that you find it to work with AO processes?
Okay, so Jorge's question was how many agents did you need, and how did you find the experience of working with AO? What challenges you encountered?
So for the current app, it required around 6 agents, with a complete machine learning model built from scratch. So yeah, it was a very long process. I had to collect data related to RV so that it can understand context like dum dum, what is a dum dum, what are the current memes in the ecosystem. So that was the kind of data I had to collect at first. So this was a main challenge that I had to face first, then creating contrastive pairs as a data set, and then the rest was quite easy for me, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, the main challenge was creating a model from scratch that doesn't exist in Web 2.
Well, we super appreciate your time, Aditya. Glimpse, incredibly interesting project. I think we've gotten what we need from Glimpse, so we can go ahead and say appreciate you, sir. Now stay backstage, Aditya. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna need you recording for later, but we can bring up our next presenter, which is Judge Thread and Demetrio. I still see Glimpse's screen sharing thing on.
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Am I here?
Demetrio. Hey, we'll get this. I still see Glimpse's deck, so we'll try and get that squared away. But Demetrio, you can go ahead and get started.
Yeah,
and
let me try share the
Yeah.
screen, then maybe my screen will
maybe
replace.
that'll just take over. There you go. Yep, perfect.
Yeah. Can you see it, right? Yeah, so let me start with a little introduction. So my name is Dmitro, and I lead a squad of crypto enthusiasts who happen to be software engineers in real life. We used to run an IT consulting building crypto exchange infra and tokenization project, but since like 2 or 3 years ago, we aspired to become builders in GameFi and SocialFi domains. So our first project, like we started with building a GameFi on one of Ethereum L2s. It was like Unity-based, on-chain integrated, quite high effort project. But to our pain, it didn't fly. And actually, it's not just the project. There's a reason why GameFi and SocialFi haven't actually yet happened in crypto. And my answer to that is, I think it's the reason is that Ethereum is not really a world computer. It's more like stable settlement layer, which is might sound a bit controversial, but that's what I can say from my experience. So I did some, research and digging, and I believe that we are now, facing like the next big ban in crypto, which I believe is multi-state parallel computing and permanent storage. And like that is delivered by AO
Hello.
and AR. So that's why we decided to take part in this hackathon. And basically, the idea came after I saw Perma a service on Twitter that lets you save screens of tweets permanently in the archive. So why I like the idea is because it gives you the opportunity to test user flows from Web 2 to Web 3 and then back to Web 2, right? So because you get the answer after the bot worked out. So we decided to research into tech and see how it actually works. If we can, pull off fully decentralized AI process and hosting of the service. So let me walk through you through our Twitter AI analysis system. So the end-to-end pipeline that demonstrates real-time AI processing. So the project is Judge Thread. It has a Twitter account, and you can tag him under any tweet of interest. Let's try tagging AO and see how it works, right? Judge Thread, so we are tagging him, and then we get this is Node.js script running in the background, and it then sends to the AO process, which is the brain of our system, and it receives the tweet data, formats it into a prompt, asking AI to analyze the user's intelligence level. Yeah, so here we got the request, and in about a few seconds we get the response from Apus Infer, which estimates the AQ score. This is super indicative just for entertainment, and then the reasoning behind the score. After that, it's been posted into a white front end, which is hosted obviously decentralized as well. So here we go, we have it here, and you then get response from the bot with actual, reasoning, what's the score and what's the stuff. So why I like it is because I think, as a founder, I try to think in terms of user adoption and Web2, integration, seamless integration, so we can actually have some users. Why we think this is a great funnel to loop users into projects is because it gives you seamless integration. And actually, this is the first part of our project. So we have a roadmap here. So phase 0, it's judge thread Twitter AI analysis system, and then we have this social fi NFT PIL system that is described in detail here. But the idea is actually you create, meet to earn backup loop for users. So basically, when users meet with each other, they have to have the PIL or NFT ticket to be able to meet and interact. And upon meeting, they mint the ticket that is gets into queue and being bought by the new users who want to participate. So this is basic, basic revenue sharing and revenue generating a mechanism for protocol that we intend to integrate with the service that runs, on our. So AO code is also in our submission, so we have this in the form of code. But to be honest, we were missing AO native messenger. We were integrating with Telegram, but I think that the next big project for AO should be a messenger, so we can go there and integrate all the compute stuff. And then, we were, brainstorming with my team about, everything is changing now with AI and permanent storage. So we were trying to imagine how social networks would look like in maybe 5 or 10 years. And our current understanding is basically you should have everyone has a personal assistant AI, right? But actually it should evolve into matchmaker agent. So let's say you have an AI personal assistant, and maybe in a year it has all context about you. It knows which conference you're attending, what are your interests, what are your, I don't know, dating partners or preferences, whatever. And if you have anonymized context database across all users who use personal assistant AIs, then you can have a matchmaker. And as a user, I can just address a judge thread and say, okay, find me everyone who was participating in AO Hackathon. I want to meet with them. Or give me, who was visiting some conference. And then you have, and then you have a project that is end-to-end monetized and and has actual use case. And what's important, it has to be decentralized, because otherwise you end up again in this digital feudal serf kingdoms like Facebook and stuff like that. So that's my presentation for today. I'm not sure if I still have time. Or maybe someone has any questions. I'm happy to answer.
I think we got time for one question. Anyone have one question for Demetrio?
Sure, I got one. I know you mentioned it was for entertainment purposes, but I'm curious if there was any AI or machine learning involved in the scoring process, and how that relates to the reasoning that it came up with.
So we pass upon request. there is a prompt that is passed to the APOS AI, and then it just gives you feedback on the score and reasoning. So there was no specific fine tuning of the model to get to get real IQ scores or something like that. Because it's just based on one tweet, and basically one of our ideas to extend this is to get all the tweets of a specific account and then make a profile estimation, like summary of the account, like what's it's about and what's the score. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Dimitro, super impressive project. I really liked your designs too. I don't know if you made those by hand or what, but those are pretty cool, man. Thank you so much. And I think we can get our third and final member of this current track here, which is the AI Enhanced Applications track. That would be Yielder. Oh, and yeah, Dimitro, if you could unstop screen sharing. Yeah. All good. All good. No worries there. So next we'll have Yielder, and that is Ashtush, and that is also Ayush. So we'll give just give us 1 minute to get Ayush, and we got Ash up here as well. Good to see you guys. Really appreciate you. Thanks again to the producers. All right. We got Yielder. We got Yielder in the house. Okay, Yielder, you can go ahead and get started.
So hi everyone. So we made Yielder. Yielder is a yield aggregator. So it finds the best pool for your token pairs and stake your token on your behalf in that pool. And then it continues to check the market. And if they find any best pool on on other taxes like Bottega or Permaweb, they will rebalance your stuff. They will like stake in that better opportunity pool by taking out the stake from your current pool. So we built this for this hackathon, and we made it first on the website so that you can easily like stake and unstake your tokens and see your status. And we also build on the MC server. So first we're going to show the MC server because on website it will take some time. So for MC server part, Ayush Consult will going to show the MCP. Ayush, can you please share your screen?
This. I'll share my screen.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, you can see it. Perfect.
Yep. So firstly, we will go with finding the best stake for the token. So I have already written the prompt. So I will just say get me the best stake, and I will have my token process IDs. So these are the custom tokens that we have spawned for the current project testing. So I will just hit the enter. Now it will call our AO process that we have and pass these tokens as a payload. And then based on the info, it will return the response of the best stake.
So for the hackathon, we build our own custom tokens, and with the custom tokens, we also build our own liquidity pools.
So there you see, this is the custom liquidity pool that we have created along with those, and we got the data for that liquidity pool. And say if I want to get the details of this specific pool, so I will just say get the pool info. So it will get the pool info for this specific pool using the same process and a different function from the MCP. There you go. We have this pool over here that shows the supply, fees, denomination, and all the other stuff that a pool tags are having. So yeah, this is about the MCP, and now the Ashutosh will share the website.
Okay. Okay, so this is a website, Yielder. So we're going to launch the app. So as we told, we make our own custom tokens, so you can airdrop them from here by choosing tokens and quantity, and you will get tokens. And then After, if you have your you have your own token pair and you want the best staking pool who providing the best yield for it, so you're going to just enter your token pair and call it. It will going to call our handler and will fetch you the best pool across all the pools on that axis. So as you can see here, we made our pools on Permaweb and Bottega with our custom tokens, and here you go. It find the Bottega pool for who's generate the best yield for about these two tokens. These are the TVL and APR. These are the basically parameters we are calculating the best pool. And first second part, let's go. It will take some time. Actually, there are so many interfaces calling going on right now, so it will take some time. And we build. So this project basically solves three problems. Like user doesn't have to this user doesn't have to monitor market continuously. We are doing for them, and they do not have to it's a very time consuming task. So we also solving this problem for them. And managing asset, like when you just stake in this, when you're going to just use our website to stake your tokens, we will give you our LP tokens, our yielder LP token YLP. It will like a only single token which will help you to remove your liquidity from any other pools which you're currently staking. Actually, this is taking so long. I will just present you the video we submitted in the hackathon. 1 minute. So right now we are adding liquidity in here. We are doing this on the Bottega pool right now. Sign direction, enter. And after when you stake your token, you will see on the digital dashboard, there's a status of our current tokens. They are currently staked in the Bottega pool, and this is the YLP token which we are returning to the user. And they can also remove the token by clicking on this. And there's a cron job running going on after every 2 minutes, which will monitor all the pool, across all the DEXs. And if they find a better opportunity, they will just stake your token in it by removing from the current one. So yeah, this is our project.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Yielder. Super impressive to see. I think we got time for one question if any of the judges have anything. Seems pretty clear to me. Guys, really appreciate you so much. Pleasure seeing you. So while we get our next finalist up here, which is Weave Point from Floodbear, just want to recap. So those were the 3 finalists for our first track. That track was AI enhanced applications. The next track, we're going to go through 3 more projects, is agent infrastructure. And we got Floodbear in the house. Floodbear, we're shaking bacon. Feel free to go ahead.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Coming through?
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to do the screen sharing thing. Let's see if this works for me. This is always where everything breaks, right? All right. Let's do window. Okay. All right. Can you guys see that okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So I'll get started. Forgive me, I just whipped this up last night, so it's not the most professional thing in the world, but I felt it was important to have some sort of graphic so I can just stay on track here. So WeavePoint, the concept here is to get data as a service for agents on AO, specifically inside of a process itself. I would imagine that we all kind of ran into this problem making agents on AO. So going to start with the problem. How does an agent get access to outside data, right? Again, it's just a guess, but I know that that was the first thing that I ran into was it's doable. You can definitely get data inside of an AO process from the outside world, but it's complex, it's cumbersome, requires usually some extra service and maybe a database, depending on what you're doing, that kind of a thing. And then about halfway through the hackathon, there was like a workshop and it talked about how Hyperbeam could go out and basically query data on its own. I thought that's cool. The problem is that if you're developing something on testnet and you're going to go to mainnet, you have to create two different systems essentially. And so, you know, having done a lot of hackathons and having had experience with that, that's frustrating, right? You want to have consistency, but it is a valid thing to say. But the most important part is trusted data. If you have an agent that is making decisions for something like on a group basis, maybe for like a prediction market or something like that, everybody has to agree that that data is trusted, right? That it's not just coming from a single authority, and that if it is, it's being validated, etc. So these are the problems that WeavePoint is trying to solve. This is the solution. Wow, I made that way too big. So WeavePoint is attempting to provide trusted, universal, outside agentic data. No idea if I'm using the word agentic correctly, but it's fun to say nonetheless. How it works. So here's kind of like a basic concept of how it works. I run a WeavePoint server, you run a validator, you being a user, and you're going to query data, and I'm going to query data. You're going to have your own API keys. It's all independently done. And then our servers are essentially going to talk to each other, and they're going to do a data comparison, and they're going to agree on if it's valid data. They're going to give it a health score, essentially. It's fairly arbitrary for the time being, but the concept is, yes, this data is valid, and all these validators, as many as there want to be, can agree on the same data set. That's going to send it to what I'm calling a relay process. It's similar to an Oracle. It's not the same thing, so I'm just calling it a relay. And AO agents can basically tap into this with a simple call and get a response, and now they have access to the same data that everybody's using. So for something like a prediction market or whatever, it's useful. All these agents are using the same thing. So I'm going to give a quick demo here. Let me just make sure that this is, let me see, allow. Let's see here. Okay, it's still showing the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Trying to get it to show the actual site here. Screen and WeavePoint. Okay, there we go. That should work. All right, so this is the WeavePoint website. And we're going to go ahead and enter. And I want to be real clear, this dashboard here is not for like analytics, not for trading, not putting charts and stuff. Go use something like the Eye of AO that is far better for that purpose. This is literally just so that users can see what data is available to agents, right? So this is like Bottega information, different transactions, pools, et cetera, and I have a bunch of different dashboards. One that I really like is for Astro, so USDA. It's kind of a fun way to predict where liquidity might be going. So again, your agent would have access to all this data. I'm going to just show validators real quick. So here's a validator running. This is currently running on my computer and just a terminal. It's going through and checking all the same data that we're all looking at, making sure that it's valid, that we're all agreeing on like, hey, I'm not basically screwing anybody. But for example purposes, my favorite one is right now it's college football. We're in like second week or week 2. And I don't know a whole lot about college football, but my son plays football, so it's fun to work with. And I wanted to show basically how this data layer creates this, it makes these AO agents a lot easier to develop and to work with and all that kind of stuff. So literally all you're going to do is you're going to hit to spawn an agent, and it is going to, it's going to go make that agent essentially. I'm going to refresh this so that I got the process. Oops. All right. And let's see here. We'll just do this one because I know that it worked. I did this one. Let's see here about, yeah. So you can see that it's getting data, and it's querying the relay process. Forgive me, there's a picture-in-picture thing to where I can't quite see everything that I'm doing here. Let's go ahead and fetch this so we can just prove that it is working. So here you go. Here's all the data for that game. This is Florida versus Penn State. And what's fun is that because it's on the process side, it's actually able to get a decentralized query from the APIS network. So in here, you'll see that this is actually a prediction about the game, coming directly from APIS. And so what's cool is that because it's decentralized AI, no one's messed with this. You're not getting human bias injected into this. It is strictly on the process side, and kind of helps for things like prediction markets or whatever, depending on you do. Now, I want to be real clear, the agent that was spawned here does not have any tokens. I'm in a state that's really particular about gambling legislation, and there's no value being created here. This is just an example to show how the data can be used. You can see that this is literally just all in one call of script that's been here, and you're getting all this data, all this stuff is happening. And again, I have no idea where I am on time, so go ahead and stop me if I'm yammering here.
We're about out of time. I would take some of this action, though. I'll take some of this, depending on what the spread is. I think we got time for one question. If anyone's got any questions for Fudbear.
Yeah, it's a very nice demo. So do you have plan to use attestation to prove the data and the even AI inference result is validated? Do you have plan for that?
I would love to do that. I just didn't have time, honestly. I was just trying to solve the problem that I myself ran into, which was getting data into the AI process that was relatively, trusted kind of thing. But yeah, that would be ideal. If you could create really just a layer where there's just no question. And again, because it's all built on Arweave, you have the ability to, like, at first I was creating this big history of all this data that was coming in, and I realized that halfway through I didn't need to, because Arweave was already keeping these things in a track of everything to make sure, so you can literally go back and just look at the message call and see the hash that it put, and you got this thing already tracked, kind of a deal. So that's all kind of built into that extent. But yeah, I would love to do plans for something like that. That would be ideal.
Okay, cool.
Well, we appreciate Fudbear. If you could stop sharing your screen, because our platform can glitch on that. We appreciate you, sir. The next,
thanks, guys.
Of course, man. Good to see you. The next team will be AO Shield, which I believe just was able to join the live stream. Let's see if AO Shield is able to get. We got AO Shield here. We got AO Shield in the house. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Can you hear us okay?
Hello, that's fine.
Hello. Check one.
Hi.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. You've got 5 minutes to talk about AO Shield. Feel free to go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can still hear me. It feels like I'm still reconnecting, but if you can,
we can hear you. We can hear you.
The
screen is a little glitchy, but we can hear you okay. Test one, test two. Otherwise, we'll give AO Shield some time and go to the next party. I'm gonna give one more chance. AO Shield, are you there?
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Producer Man, why don't we go ahead to the next party, and we'll save AO Shield for the end, which is Astral Plane. So we'll let AO Shield get connectivity, and then Astral Plane can come up here. We'll circle back to you, AO Shield, in the end, just to do one more check to see if you're ready. But give us a minute, and we'll get the next and third of our agent infrastructure projects up here, which is Astral Plane. Very, very cool name. Very cerebral right there. And while we wait for Astral here, let me ask you, judges, what are you thinking so far? What are you seeing? Anything else that's jumping out at you while we're about halfway through the finalists?
Yeah, I'll jump in here if you can hear me.
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. I've been very impressed with how the contestants or the participants have been able to leverage AO processes for the agents. Fudbear just mentioned how, he's automatically fetching the data, and so did the other project like Flimps. And that's what I think we want to see. We want to see these agents automatically fetch the data on their own and have it ready for whatever infrastructure you're building. So big ups to the participants so far, because they are leveraging that.
Perfect. And I think we've got, thank you for that, LTO. Astral Plane, are you in the house? I see your screen share.
Hello, I'm audible.
Hello, we can hear you. We see your deck. Please go ahead.
Great. My camera is now working, so apologies for that.
No worries, man.
So hello there. This is a demo of Astral Plane. I'm Sanjay. I'm passing the demo over to my teammate next to me, Arpit. Hey. How are you?
Hey.
So we've implemented 3 new completely novel AO hyperbeam devices, and we've extended the Wazen device to support something called LoRa's. So the first 2 devices we implemented is, one is speech to text, and the other is text to speech. This allows the model to hear you and respond back to you and speak to you.
A large language model developed by Alibaba Group. How can I assist you today?
Okay, so the other device we implemented was a training device. So the problem with current agents on RV and AO is that the weights are fixed, and you create these agent protocols using custom system prompts and like prompt engineering. But what if you could fine tune it? So LoRa's allow you to do that specifically. The way it works is it creates a small model that is attached on top of your original model, and basically like manipulates it into speaking a certain way, basically like Ratatouille. So we implemented a training device. All of this is running natively in Hyper-V, and it's going to fine tuning out LoRa, and the LoRa model is way smaller, so like economically makes way more sense to use it. So now you can download your LoRa and upload it to RV yourself, and you can keep it as self-custody. So this is all your like fine-tuned data. So using LoRa's is like just way superior than like trying to do this prompt engineering thing. And along with prompt engineering, it can like provide you more accurate responses, so like tool calling and all these other stuff. So what we are trying to build was like a general purpose framework that any agent on AO can use. Basically, trying to make an attempt to bring continuous learning, to bring LLMs that not just LLMs and agents, not just live forever, but also learn forever. Now we're going to ask it about a past conversation. The LoRa is automatically over in the backend. Let's go. We are using a small model here. So like, it's going to hallucinate a little bit, but there you go. Yeah, so that's pretty accurate. So let's take a look at the API docs of how easy it is to like use our framework to enhance any agent system. So first we have the speech to text device. Okay, and you can send it like a file name and a session ID. It responds. It converts your audio file into text. Then when the LLM generates a response, the LLM can send it to a text to speech device, which converts it back into audio so you can hear the LLM. Then we extended the Wazen and backend to support LoRa's. So you can pass a LoRa ID, either RV hash or like your training session ID. It stores a cache base. And you can start talking to your fine-tuned model now. And then we provide a way to train the model. So here we train something called a safe tensors. And then what you can do is convert the safe tensor into GGRF on Hyper-V itself, and then keep it with you, upload it anywhere, and you can, take your conversations with you, take your memories with you, have a truly personalized agent. And for the audio, we support, wave files and MP3s, wave files are, supported better. So just the way Hyper-V is a meta VM for all the other VMs, what we tried to build was basically a meta framework for all the other agents on you, to allow them to not just be static flows and weights, but also actively learn and grow. And just the way an astral plane has all different kinds of spirits that people learn, people's souls and spirits. This is like the AI version of like it on RV, which stays permanent forever and keeps growing with you.
Astroplane, breaking up a touch. We did see the screen share. We super appreciate. I'm probably going to say, I think because of the audio issues, we'll pause on questions for now. Super appreciate you presenting. We've got your materials, so we'll be sure to review them. Really appreciate it, sir. Okay, so let's see here. We just blew through 2 of the tracks. We did AI enhanced applications. That was Glimpse, Judge Said, and Yielder. Agent infrastructure, WeavePoint, AO Shield, Astroplane. We'll circle back to see if AO Shield is ready in a bit. And then now we're on to multi-agent systems.
Hello,
with Consultify.
I can't hear
AO. Hey,
Drew.
Consultify. CJ, how are you, man?
Hello,
CJ, can you hear me okay?
No, he
hello.
cannot hear you.
I can't
CJ,
hear
can you hear
you.
me? No. Are you able to hear me?
Hello, hello.
Okay, I think we'll circle back to CJ. I think CJ's having some issues here. CJ, last chance, can you hear us? Yeah, I think we got to go, Pete, to let's see, Map of the Soul. Map of the Soul coming up.
Hello.
All right. Pretty interesting stuff from the participants so far. Really interesting to see not only the different types of projects, but also how they present them. I thought was really interesting. And I think we have Adrija, Map of the Soul.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, nice to see you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I got into Web3 pretty recently and coding also pretty recently. And that's because I believe that like the next big wave of users in Web3 will actually come from some big cultural or aspirational experience that's apart from DeFi. Because with DeFi, money is a tool that we use to buy things that we like. So to create some stability in the ecosystem, you need to create things that people like inside that ecosystem. So what I see very often is that Web 2 experiences are made in Web3. So people just directly create something which is Web 2 native, and they say that, okay, this is in Web3. But the problem is most users don't understand these abstract concepts of data ownership, censorship resistance. So unless you can show them quite explicitly why they should move to Web3, what is so unique about it, they mostly will not switch over to a Web3 application, which is doing the same kind of functions as Web 2. So what I noticed is, like, while reading the AO white paper, I realized that, okay, finally, I think we can very tangibly show users that we can do something special in this space, and that will be visible to you. And that's why I made Map of the Soul. Let me see if I can just share my presentation. Uh, entire screen. Yeah, so I made Map of the Soul, and
imagine you enter a library where every new book instantly knows exactly which shelf it.
Okay, so
so here's how it works. When you upload something to Arweave, it spawns an art agent for that content. The art agent analyzes the content. Then the art agent communicates with other art agents completely peer-to-peer to discover its family members. After that, they notify the coordinator agent who holds the complete map of the soul.
Okay, so basically this peer-to-peer sorting concept is something you cannot replicate in a Web 2 system. And why it's important in at least the short term is that, for example, if you go to an art gallery, right, the way that the art is displayed itself is an art, whereas In Web 2, you can still make do with like the box sort of interface where you just scroll past, because in Web 2 it's content, it's not owned. In Web 3, again, you come back to art. So the experience that you give a person while going through that art also matters a lot. So that's why I created an interface which looks kind of like this, where all the
Adrija, are you
this
sharing a
this
screen right? Are you sharing a screen right now? I can't see a screen.
oh, okay, you can't see the screen. Okay.
I
All
might.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sharing a screen. Oops, I don't really know why
Yeah,
that
you might
didn't
have
work
clicked
out.
stop sharing by accident.
Okay. Let me see if I can just bring it up
There you
again. Can
go.
you
I
see
see
it?
it. Yep. See it
Yeah.
now.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what I created. This is this is a pretty simple one for just text artworks. So I just uploaded a few texts from there, and yeah, I had a bit of trouble with the APIS integration. I would have liked to test the algorithm and um, reiterate it. But what is very important here is verifiable AI inference is super important in this use case because it's people's artwork. So it's something ownable and it becomes part of the art identity, all the analysis, all the relationships. And yeah, I also right now I'm working on a project where I'm collaborating with a lot of high art galleries and museums and curators, and like trying to host Web3 luxury exhibits, because what happens is that right now they don't really understand uh, what is the beauty of the space. Like, you can explain it to them, but unless you're technical, it's very difficult to grasp. But having like something like this would definitely enhance that experience for them, because at the end of the day, what you need to do is kind of show, not tell, and that's what's kind of been missing in the um, in any cultural experience or social fi in Web3. So yeah, that is my project for this. And I think you've seen the video.
We've seen
So
the
I
video.
spawned a text agent.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Can you
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, we see the
Okay.
video. I was just going to let you know you're about out of time if you want to share us one video. But I might suggest, judges, do you have any questions for Adrija? And while we're waiting, if Adrija, yeah, perfect. If you could stop sharing your screen. Any questions for Adrija?
Yes, I have one. Hello. When I was looking at your project, I noticed that you abstracted things like having to connect your wallet, and I'm curious, like, how are you leveraging on the back end? Are we exactly?
So right now, I'm not connecting directly to Arweave. Like, as in the artwork doesn't directly read it from Arweave as such. I just directly set the text in the agent itself and stored it on Arweave with the ID. But I mean, that's just because I ran out of time. And but in ideally, what should happen is you should be able to spin up an agent for a transaction ID. So that's kind of how I visualize it going forward. Here, I was having a lot of trouble with like the AI integration. So, I had to do a very quick test flow so that it works out. So that's what I did.
Well, I appreciate the explanation, and it makes total sense. Either way, great job. And I'm sure that if you had a little more time, you would have definitely figured out how to integrate, a way to upload the images right from your platform. But great job.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, Rija. It's great to see you. I believe the last of our entrants in the multi-agent systems category is Wuzzy Search. I like that name, Wuzzy Search, with Jim Toth. We'll get Jim up here in a minute. And well, I see a screen up here, and that thing looks very wuzzy. I don't know what that word means, but it's definitely wuzzy if I've ever seen anything. I don't see as Jim. I don't think Jim is quite up yet. I see his screen, but we'll get Jim. Oh, there's Jim. Jim, you're looking wuzzy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was from Fuzzy Wuzzy, so kind of the name from fuzzy searching, I guess, was the inspiration behind that. Came up with a character. But yeah, so my name is Jim Toth. I made Wuzzy Permaweb search. So I think we'll just play the video and have it on mute, and I'll give the director's commentary version. So I guess to start off, it's kind of a hot issue that's growing in the RV space of being able to search things. I know a lot of people like Internet Child or Kempster or Kay have been talking about this on Twitter. Before the hackathon, I started working on this with Elasticsearch just out of the box. But then I saw the AO agent hackathon, so I figured, why not give it a try, doing something fully on chain. So yeah, so basically what Wuzzy Search is a series of web crawlers that use the HyperAOS relay device to power decentralized search indexes. And so in this video, we have me spawning a couple of demo processes. On the left, we'll be spawning the nest, which acts as the document store and where searches take place from. On the right, I'll spawn a demo crawler, which is given crawl tasks in the form of URLs, which supports HTTPS using the relay device and also ARNS and AR transactions. So once these load up, a little bit of configuration. There's a full suite of ACL permissions and roles that could be managed on both the nest and the crawler. So you'll see me sending some messages after I load the code in here to wire up the crawler and the nest and give the crawler some crawl tasks. For the demo and the site that we have hosted, which I'll show in a second, I set 3 crawlers up to crawl the AO cookbook, the cookbook, and the Hyperbeam docs as an example. So you can search those at wuzzy.rweave.net right now. And here we are sending some more crawl tasks. And then every time cron is called, the crawler will fetch the next item in its crawl queue, discover any links, scrape the text, and submit it to the document index for searching. I'll switch over to the site. Do a quick example search. And so search is accomplished with BM25 or best match 25, which is context searching for text. The search also returns context around the match, highlights the matches. And yeah, so I guess I can go into some of the nest information. So here we have one nest and all the documents it's crawling and all the crawlers that are contributing to the nest. So for example, this one is tasked with crawling the cookbook, and you can see it's got every page of the cookbook in its crawl queue and all the URLs that it's crawled so far. So future enhancements, I would have liked to have time to integrate some type of semantic inference from an AI to enhance search is kind of one of the missing aspects of just a basic text matching algorithm. Some other ideas would be to kind of, so the crawler is capable of understanding HTML and parsing plain text, but if it were to encounter another content type, it could forward it off to a classifier or an AI that could classify images or video to enable those in search as well. Originally, I'd written a legacy net ARNS crawler But after the workshop, I got inspired by using the relay device, and it seemed a lot easier, a better solution. So I wasn't doubling up a bunch of messages, which brings me to another point where, excuse me, if you're using the crawlers to crawl the normal web, all of the messages are automatically on Arweave, so it doubles as an archiver.
Super cool. Does anyone have any questions for Jim?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and ask a question. Jim, so I was wondering what the thought process is behind potentially having these crawlers go beyond their original domain, and if it would be possible to scale up to continuously crawl. And I'm curious what you think about that. Is there anything in place to enable anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. It's actually, that was something on my mind, because if I were to just leave it set to a domain, it would just kind of endlessly loop and it would never reach the end, right? Because that's what the internet is a web of links, right? So one strategy would be to remember like a crawl depth, I guess. But what we're doing right here is each crawler kind of is limited to domains that it has in its crawl tasks. So if there's a link outside right now, it's just going to ignore it. But that is more so I could have a stable demo rather than letting it go wild and potentially bring in some content that wouldn't want here. But yeah.
Fair.
Johnny, you look like you got a question.
He covered one of my questions. So my other question was memory management. These crawlers have to have pretty big databases, I'd assume. So how are you managing the memory? I would assume this first version is probably just putting it directly in the process memory, but I was curious if you had some management for that state.
Yeah, it's right now it's directly in the process memory. There's deduplication going on pretty much every level. So the crawlers are, they have a crawl memory, so they won't crawl something again if they happen to recursively find links or something like that. And then documents aren't kind of like copied when when a document has a URL that matches something already in the index, it's just going to update all the information that is different, essentially. So yeah, it is just all in memory right now, which is probably why it's super quick to do a search.
Well, super groovy. Really appreciate you, Jim. Jim, if you wouldn't mind clicking the stop share button, because we've noticed that can kind of get stuck on our live screen. Dude, we appreciate you so much. So that was, thank you, sir. That was our 3 multi-agent systems projects. And now we're to the last track, practical utility agents. The first up is Yow. I just like saying that word, Yow. We'll get them up here in a second. We got soon. What's going on? I think we got one more person coming from Yao, but soon, if you want, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
All right, feel free to get started.
All right. I think my partner Mano is supposed to be up here as well.
Yeah, Mano, is that right? Yeah, okay, we got Mano too. Soon and Mano, go ahead, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Let me share my screen. Trying to share my screen. Okay, so I'll go with the demo. I'll go with the pitch then. Mana demos are products. Okay. Just a few minutes. Okay. So Yao. Okay. Yao is a DeFi yield aggregator built on the A computer that maximizes returns through autonomous yield farming. So these are the problems in DeFi yield farming that we're trying to solve. We have complexity, accessibility, inefficiency, and security risks. Most users find it difficult to constantly monitor liquidity pools on various dexes. On DeFi protocols, accessibility, lack of users interface discourage new users. Most users find it difficult to interact with DeFi protocols based on the complex UI infrastructure. Inefficiency, high transaction cost, and slow network limits profitability. Due to high number of transactions, gas fees usually surge as high as $50 in blockchains like Ethereum. Security risks, we have vulnerabilities in smart contracts and protocol integrations. So introduction to YAO. YAO is a decentralized yield aggregator built on the AO, designed to maximize returns for users through autonomous agents. Users deposit their assets into YAO vaults for optimized yield farming. Smart algorithm reallocate assets across DeFi protocols. So we're leveraging AO scalability and low-cost transactions. How YAO works. So the users deposit their assets into YAO secure vaults. They optimize autonomous agents, which analyze and allocate users' assets across various DeFi protocols based on the percentage of the APY yields. And users earn passive incomes through optimized strategies, and funds and profits can be removed by users when they deem fit. So why are we building YAO on AO? So YAO is leveraging scalability, low cost, with reliability and flexibility. So AO's architecture supports high put transactions, which doesn't spike gas fees when users tend to pay for the transactions they've made. Reliability, robust infrastructures ensures consistent performance. And we have seamless integrations with multiple DeFi protocols. So the key features of YAO, we have transparency, security, user-friendly, and autonomous optimization. So our market opportunity, in the past years, total value locked in DeFi has ranged from 40 billion to $200 billion, which users seek to automate high yield solutions. Then our competitive advantage, we're integrating AO's low cost and fast transactions than competitors, autonomous agents, user-centric designs, security focus. Then I'll hand over to Manuel to present our demo project.
So let's go straight to the point. We have explained what YAO is. Now let's go straight and start using YAO. All right. So we aim to make your DeFi life completely easy on YAO. So all you just have to do is to connect. So I'm going to connect with my Wonder wallet. And then I'm going to launch the DApp. So currently we are pulling different strategies from Bottega and also subsequently from LiquidOps. So with YAO, what happens is we are integrating the Epus AI. So the Epus AI is going to check all of these strategies and then it's going to recommend which is going to be the best strategy for you to make use of, depending on the information that you pass to it. So I'll just head over to recommend yield, and then it asks me the question, what's my risk tolerance? So I'll choose very low. And then how much I'm planning to invest, let's say 1K or below. Is it short term, mid term? And then my DeFi experience. So this is for anybody, either you are beginner, intermediate, or advanced in the DeFi space. And then I'm going to choose which of the tokens I would like it to check strategies for me under. So I'm going to choose the AO token. And right now, Epus AI has taken it up and is going to find the best strategies and then get recommendations for us based on these strategies. So if it does, it's going to pop up. So currently we have about 3 different strategies now from Bottega, as you all can see. Then I can choose to ask it to recommend the best for me. So let's say I'm a beginner and I'm completely confused. I can ask it to recommend. So if you recommend, currently now we're working with the Randao to randomly select any of these, and then you can choose to deploy your agent. So if you deploy your agent, all you just have to do now is to fund your agent, and then your agent is going to handle the rest of the complexities. So my agent is currently deployed, and I'm going to I'm going to close this, and then I'll head over to my agent so I can have a look. So I've deployed a couple of them. So you can deploy different agents for depending on the strategies you want to be working on. So next up, I'm going to choose to deposit to this. So let the information just load up. So as soon as you deposit, our agent take up the heavy complexities for you. So what happens is our agent is gonna take your funds and then put it into the pool and then gives you back the LP token in exchange. This is something that someone completely new to DeFi cannot be able to handle. And then we plan to integrate all more other stuffs that our AI could do. So this is just one of the barest of the minimum. So there are other integrations been coming in. As soon as we have our user set up, we are going to be getting feedback from users to know the type of stuffs they would like their agents to be doing for them. And then if all this is successful. So as you can see, I've deposited about 0.05 AO tokens into the pool. And I can also check in my activity here to see if all things went well. And you can see the activity. So before I had 0.07, now it's currently in the pool, and it's going to give me in exchange LP tokens. So in the end, while this has been switched on, my agent is going to be watching this pool and ensuring that everything is going fine, and probably integrate some other stuff that we'll be putting in, like stop loss and the rest of the stuff. So after a little time, you can head over to withdraw your funds out of the pool. So for now, I'm going to just leave it in there so that it's going to make me some extra yields. So this AO, completely simple, completely seamless for every single beginner. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you. We could do a quick question if there's any. If there's not, no sweat either. Any questions from the judges before we move on? Doing good. Guys, Mano, Sun, super appreciate you. Very impressed with what you've done. Thank you so much. Let me check.
Yeah, thanks,
because
guys.
we are getting down. Thank you again. Thank you. We've got another practical utility agent, which is Gus. I like these one syllable names. Easy for me to remember. Gus is coming up, and that is Steve Bob in the house. How are you doing, Steve?
Outstanding. How are you?
Good to see you, man. Go ahead.
Okay. I am not going to share my screen because there's a lot that I want to get through, and talking is faster than showing. When I started, or when the hackathon started, the relay device on Hyperbeam didn't work at all. It took probably a week and a half in before it started to kind of work a little bit, but it's still not fully functional. You can't make post with it. So most of my project is building out infrastructure that Hyperbeam will eventually be able to handle natively, but it doesn't right now. And these are legacy net solutions. So for the relay, I made a custom server solution that has two parts. There is a node server that checks GQL and an AO process that validates requests. You can send full Axios messages with the headers, any auth, post, get, delete, any of that. The AO process will validate the Axios response, and if it's a valid request, the node server will pick it up, make the Axios request, and then send all of the results back to the AO process to forward back to the original requester. And this also supports chunking, which means you are not limited by the 10 megabyte data item limit. So you can get full websites. You can get a year's worth of quotes from CoinGecko. Any amount of data, if it fits in the memory of an AO process, then I think that's like 4 gigabytes by default. You can get that in your Axios request and be able to act on that data. And with that, because there is an off-chain solution for this, I was able to implement a find and replace method. So you can send private API keys, auth tokens, any of that to make to make privileged requests like sending emails, and be able to do all of that securely through this method. Next is the crontroller. And I'm sure anyone who has worked in this hackathon has had to deal with cron, and they know that cron just sucks. So the crontroller is what cron should have been from the beginning. Instead of defining your cron right when you spawn your process and that's it, that's your interval, it's either on or off forever, you can update and change all of your crons. You can define exactly what the action the cron message is going to be. You can include any number of tags along with it so that your agent can do more than just one thing on its own. It can have a whole list of actions defined that it can take on different time intervals. Like Gus will update his list of token prices every 6 hours. He will update his local weather cache every hour and his 7-day forecast every once a day. There really is no limit to what you can do with cron with the crontroller. And then moving on to Gus himself, he was designed to be a personal assistant. He is crypto focused because this is a crypto project and he lives on a blockchain, but he is not exclusively crypto. He can send daily summary emails. So like I mentioned before, he has weather. He can keep your schedule. You can define a whole schedule and it'll track events just like your Google Calendar does, and include them in the email so that you stay up to date on them. And he can accept notes that will be included in the email. So you can set this up for your grandmother today who has absolutely no knowledge of crypto whatsoever, and she will be able to keep her grocery list on there, keep her schedule, keep her weather. She will be able to use this today with no knowledge or interest in crypto at all. It is just pure. It's Gus was designed to merge Web 2 and Web 3 at the client level instead of the tech level. And I am almost up, so please ask me any questions. And would you like to look at my potato?
Potato? I'm going to pretend that that we're talking about an actual potato here. Any judges? Any questions here? Okay, thank you. I appreciate the insight there. Any questions for Steve Bob? Very interesting, Steve.
I have a question. How long did it take you to come up with crontroller? I think that's pretty slick.
That was I don't think that took much time. But before the hackathon, me and Atticus were just generally talking about the concept, the ideas of how to improve cron. And then when I built it, that's just the first thing that I threw down, and I impressed myself with it. Yes.
I'm curious, what's your backbone for your cron? Like, what is it looking at to understand its own surroundings, like time, for example?
Yeah. So there is a process that runs on a traditional cron of 1 minute, and then it accepts you can set your crons on it. So a process will send a message to the traditional cron, defining a interval in milliseconds and what actions you want to take and any tags that need to go along with it. And then every minute when the traditional cron runs, it will check through its list of crons to go through, see if the current time is more than the interval from the last time. If it is, it will send that message out, and it'll just go down the list until it gets through everything that it has.
Well, Steve Bob, man, super appreciate your time. It was great to see you. Thanks for the potato. I learned something new. I learned several things new on this call, but I learned that for sure. The next is Lumio for our current track, which is practical utility agents. Lumio. And then while we're waiting for Lumio to get on here, AO search and consultify.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Lumio, go ahead. Go ahead,
What's
Lumio.
up, GM, guys.
Man.
Okay, so I'm Saksham, and I'm part of the team that made Lumio. So I'll just start by sharing my screen, first of all. Perfect. Okay, so Lumio is a community agent that manages your communities, your social communities for you, whether it be Discord communities, Telegram communities, or we are also adding support for Subspace. So the idea basically started that we wanted to make a content moderation agent. Now we saw where this content moderation agent can be applied. We saw that a lot of tech and Web3 communities can use many basically content moderators that moderate the chat and also help with the community. Now the idea is that many Web3 communities and many tech communities that are coming up, they don't have the resources or the manpower to actually employ a whole moderator for their chat or for their server. So what we're trying to do is remove that moderator and making this into an agentic process. What our project and what Lumio does is basically it manages all the aspects of a community. I'll just begin by showing you a demo. Here you have to log in with your wallet. We'll just enter a dashboard and we'll add a new server. Let's say my server, and we'll describe it something. Right? Yeah. So what you can do is you can connect your community, your chat to this particular server. I'll show you an example with Telegram. As you can see, first we'll go to Telegram. This is our test server we have made. I'll add Lumio modbot. Yes, perfect. Yeah, and what you have to do is promote it to admin. Now, all you have to do to connect Lumio to your server is copy this code, go here, paste it. Yeah, so your server is connected now. Now let's move to the features. The first is content moderation. Obviously, you don't want nasty things to be said in your server. You want to make your server and your community into a safe space for all the people to come and create something new. So here is the moderation part. You can select a level of moderation, low moderation, high moderation, or you can ban a word. Let's ban one word. I'll ban hell. Okay, so now it's banned. So as you can see, if somebody sends a message, or for example, this person has sent a message which contains the ban word, what will happen now is the process will look into it and it will be sent to an AO process which will run the sentiment analysis on this particular message. And if this message is unsavory or something that is not like up to the guidelines of the server, it will be deleted. As you can see, it was deleted now. Okay, so moving ahead. Now, what does your community need more? Your community needs an agent, now an assistant. For example, you are a Web3 community and you want to explain your rules and your guidelines to other people. For example, the AO community wants to explain to the newcomers what AO is all about. So what you can do is here there are two things. You can give a persona to your bot. For example, if you want to make a bot for the AO server, what will happen is that you can give the persona of Sam, like this person, like Sam, the founder of AO of RV. You can give a persona of that. Here, I'll just give a simple persona of this. You are Elon Musk. So this assistant will act like Elon Musk. And here you can add some information. This is basically the docs part. What you can do is add the docs of the community. For example, we can add the AO cookbook here. I'll add the simple AO is a decentralized compute service. Let's just do that and we'll save it. And now what you can do is just do /ask. And here, I'll just do /ask what is AO and what can you do with it. See, so it read through the docs and gave an answer as to what we can do with it. And the more features that we have added are community engagement. What you can do is there are 4 things. First is onboarding message. Whenever a community member joins the server, they will be given an onboarding message. For example, you can give the rules of the community, or you can basically write anything that you want the new person to know. We also have polls. You can configure polls onto the server and send out polls to know what your community really wants, what features the community might want, what they might want to do. There's a leaderboard. What we are doing with the leaderboard is that the most active users get the highest sort of points, and then what you can do is you can basically award them or reward them as much you want. And then we have announcements. You can do announcements for your server. You can schedule events and do things like that. We also have an analytics dashboard. As you can see, it shows all the analytics of this particular server, and these are the things we have done. And logs. Now the thing is, we have made permanent logs because a lot of times in many communities, arbitrary decisions are taken, and when you're making a DAO or a decentralized community, we want the communities to be very, very trustful. So every action that is taken by a community or every action that is taken by an agent is permanently logged onto Arweave. What this enables is it makes a transparent community and does not let arbitrary decisions rule over the will of the community. What the reason we made this particular project is we see AO as more than just a blockchain. It's the new cloud. It's the new cloud for the new web. So we wanted to make some user-facing apps that different users can use in their real life. And right now, in the Web3 community, in the tech community, this is a much needed product because so many Web3 communities are popping up, and they don't have the manpower to actually manage their server. So this particular thing can do it for you. That's pretty much it from my side, and we would love to answer some questions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Any questions on Lumio?
Yes, please.
I have a question. Me and LTO probably have a million questions, but
I was thinking the mods got it. You got the mods' attention.
All right, let's get started. No, I'm kidding. So
Absolutely.
my main question actually is, I was looking through your code, and it looks to me like AO is being used as kind of a settings host and a filter right now. And I'm asking you to verify. So it's hosting the settings, and the content is pulled from Telegram, sent to the AO process, the agent, and it filters the content, gives an answer, yes or no, basically, on if it's good or not. Is AO running any of the front end, or is the front end all on Node.js?
So no, the front end is we were trying to basically use R-Link. We were trying to use R-Link, but right now the R-Link thing is not working. So we have used Vercel for the front end right now. But definitely, right now we have a Web2 layer. But in the future, when we go ahead with this project, we want to completely eliminate the Web2 layer. We want to make this completely on Hyperbeam because Hyperbeam has native HTTP capabilities. So we want to completely remove the Web2 layer because Web2 layer is the point of fault here. If everything is completely on Arweave, this agent will be always permanent. So nothing can go down if the Web2 layer is given. The only thing that can go down are the Discord servers or the Telegram servers. So the future plan for this is definitely to have everything on Arweave. The agent will completely run on AO. We'll use APUS for the AI inference that will be completely done on AO. So the AI inferences are verified. At the end, what we want to do is we make permanent agents that can never die down, so they can serve the community always. So we'll completely shift everything to Hyperbeam and AO after this hackathon is over and we develop it further.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Saxum and Lumio. Folks watching at home, we're going to give two projects another chance. They're having some connectivity issues. First, we're going to do Consultify again. We are going to have to move on if there's still some connectivity issues because we got to decide the winners. Duh. Hey, Consultify, can you hear us now this time?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Great to see you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so can I share my screen?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. Can you see my screen?
It is loading for me.
Oh. Screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, see it.
Okay, yes. So I will start by introducing myself. My name is CJ. I'm a medical student living in Nigeria. So I built Consultify to solve the problem of language barriers patients face when seeking medical care. So this is a very common problem in Nigeria here, where there are over 500 spoken languages. So I'll just show you how it works. So I will onboard as a patient. I'll select my Wonder Wallet. It's going to see. I'm going to select English as my language and me as a patient. So I will want to be called CJ. So So it's going to load my patient's dashboard. Patients can start consultations by paying a little USDA. So before the demo, I funded this account with a little USDA, as you can see from this this dialogue. So I will start a consultation. This spawns a consultation process on EU and starts a triage agent. Yes, so this triage agent will collect all the symptoms from me as the patient and submit it to a doctor that will, like, it will submit it to the best doctor suited for my needs. So I will start by interacting with the triage agent. Like, maybe I have a fever. So just a while. Yes. Okay, I can see. Okay. Okay, I feel a little pain too. I feel a little pain. So after enough interactions with the triage agent is going to summarize all the conversation so far, then select the best doctor suited to the needs of the patient. So over here, I've already set up an active consultation between a doctor that speaks English and a patient that speaks French. So I can come as a doctor now and say, maybe, are you experiencing normal bowel? So the message is going to go to my Babel process that is going to translate the message to the patient's language. That way, the doctor talks in his own language, and the patient also talks and receives messages in their own language. So I can reply as a patient and say maybe no, Jonah. So doctor should receive it in his own language, while the patient, yes, as you can see. So when the consultation is over, the doctor can directly prescribe medication on the platform. So it's as simple as click here, maybe amoxicillin, 1, duration 3. Maybe it will start today and tomorrow. Send the prescription. So wait for confirmation. So it has sent the prescription. We can check our prescriptions on the prescription tab of the patient. So it's going to load. So yes, you can see the prescription is here. So the autonomous part of my agent system is the pharmacist process. It uses AO Scrum to go through all the prescriptions and remind patients of their dosage for the current time. So I can go to my reminders. Well, it runs every 5 minutes. So I won't say none has run now. So that's that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CJ. Any quick questions for CJ?
One quick one from me. I'm curious to better understand how the inference is going on the doctor and on the doctor's side. Yeah, like, is that happening on Apis inside of AO?
Oh yes, it is. I have in my Babel agent, I have a nice prompt. I've already closed my IDE, but I've shown you the prompt. But there's a nice prompt that takes a target language and target content and translates it to the patient or doctor's language. It returns it in JSON. So when my front end gets it, it just prints it out on both sides.
Nice. Thank you. That's cool.
CJ, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We're going to try to get AO Shield up here one more time. We'll see if the connectivity is still then is resolved now. Stephanie, how are you doing? Can you hear us okay? Gonna give you about 10 more seconds because I know we gotta pick winners here. Test 1, test 2. Stephanie, are you there? All right. Well, it's okay. Pete, I think we'll just review AO Shield like the other finalists. We already have their videos, their essays, etc. Oh, I see AO Shield stuff up here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think they somehow we got their sharing up, but no audio. But it's okay, guys. I think we can wrap it up here. We've seen a lot of incredible presentations. The judges are immediately going to huddle internally, and we'll get those winners' announcements out there in short order. Finalists, submitters, thank you so much. We greatly, greatly appreciate your effort and hard work. We're all going to huddle now and go through these finalists and take into account all the information one more time. Until then, see you on the Permaweb.